How's it going, guys? And welcome back to the lair. And today I have a special episode for you. This episode's dedicated to my son, one of his new most favorite cards in the new set. I call this Simic Dream Den. So the deck revolves around LURRUS of the Dream Den, and I have him as my companion, so we meet all the criteria. He's for 1 colorless and either 2 plain or 2 swamp in any combination. 3/2 lifelink. Companion says each permanent card in your starting deck has converted mana cost 2 or less. And then during each of your turns, you may cast 1 permanent spell with converted mana cost 2 or less from your graveyard. As I was building the deck, I just noticed that Simic in general just has some retarded 2-drops that can be powerful late game, unlike most of the other cards in the sets. So anyways, we'll get into it. My 1-drop, I have 3 copies of Gilded Goose for 1 forest, 0/2 flying. When Gilded Goose enters the battlefield, create a food token. And then we can pay 1 colorless and a forest and tap, create a food token. And then we can tap, sacrifice a food, and add 1 mana of any color. Getting on to our 2-drops, which is obviously what the whole deck is about. I have 4 copies of Grateful Apparition for 1 colorless, 1 plains, a 1/1 flying. Whenever Grateful Apparition deals combat damage to a player or planeswalker, we proliferate. 4 copies of Incubation Druid, 1 colorless, 1 forest, 0/2, tap, add 1 mana of any type of a land that you could produce. If Incubation Druid has a +1/+1 counter on it, add 3 mana of that type instead. And then we could pay 3 and 2 forests and adapt 3. 4 copies of Paradise Druid, 1 colorless, 1 forest, 2/1. Paradise Druid has hexproof as long as it's untapped, and we can tap and add 1 mana of any color. 4 Simic Ascendancies, 1 forest and an island. We can pay 1 forest and an island, put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control, and whenever 1 or more 1/1 counters are put on a creature you control, put that many growth counters on Simic Ascendancy. And at the beginning of your upkeep, if Simic Ascendancy has 20 or more growth counters on it, you win the game. Now to the spice. 3 copies of Steelbane Hydra for X, and then 2 forests, 0/0. Steelbane Hydra enters the battlefield with X 1/1 counters on it, and then we could pay 2 and a forest and remove a 1/1 counter from Steelbane Hydra and destroy target artifact or enchantment. So that's going to be hitting our fires and all the other nonsense. The ovens can destroy it all. 4 copies of Voracious Hydra, X plus 2 forests, 0/1, trample. Voracious Hydra enters the battlefield with X 1/1 counters on it. When Voracious Hydra enters the battlefield, choose 1, double the number of 1/1 counters on Voracious Hydra, or Voracious Hydra fights target creature you don't control. And 4 copies of Hydroid Krasis for X and a forest and island, 0/0 flying trample. When you cast this spell, you gain half X life and draw half X cards, round down each time, and Hydroid Krasis enters the battlefield with X 1/1 counters on it. Now moving on to our non-permanent cards. 3 Pledge of Unity for 1 colorless, 1 forest, 1 plains. Is an instant, put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control, and you gain 1 life for each creature you control. And then on the top end, Plane-Wide Celebration for 5 colorless, 2 green. Choose 4. You may choose the same mode more than once. Create a 2/2 citizen creature token that's all colors. We're not really going to be messing with that, I guess, unless we're desperate. Return target permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. Proliferate, or you gain 4 life. So we're more interested in the bottom 3. So the main idea behind this deck is, you guessed it, we want to get a bunch of we're going to ramp into some nasty Hydras, pop a Simic Ascendancy down, hopefully play a Grateful Apparition, and start proliferating our board. We can win a number of ways. Obviously, we can win with giant creatures, or we usually win with Simic Ascendancy. And then I wait until the opponent's hand is near empty, and then I play my LURRUS just to make sure that they can't get rid of it. To bring back all of our threats and Simic Ascendancy. And then we have obviously Pledge of Unity for life gain and to just get counters on everything, so we can start going in with our Grateful Apparition. And then 1 plane-wide celebration, just in case LURRUS gets put in the graveyard, or in case we're running low on life, etc. Or in case we want to proliferate one more time to win with Simic Ascendancy. But that's the idea of the deck. Let's get into the lands, the mana base. I'm running 2 plains, 3 islands, 1 forest, 4 temple gardens, 4 temple of plenties, 4 breeding pools, 4 temple of mystery, 1 bonder's enclave, which says tap for 1 colorless, pay 3, tap, draw a card, activate this ability only if you control a creature with power 4 or greater, and 3 fabled passage. Okay. And the deck has a 2.1 converted mana cost, running 26 creatures and 26 lands. Okay. I originally had a 24 lander, and it just seemed like I wasn't really getting that consistent of a draw, so I bumped it up. I might end up taking this down 1 maybe and adding maybe another Pledge of Unity. I'm not 100% sure, or possibly another Plane-Wide Celebration. So let's hop into some games and see how we do. Alright, so my opening hand, I have a 3-lander, I've got a Paradise Druid, Steelbane Hydra, Voracious, Plane-Wide Celebration, But we do have our base, so we're going to go ahead and keep this. Opponent is Lurker. I'm going to lead off with the Temple, because it comes into play tapped automatically. Another Steelbane. Grateful Apparition's nice. Keep that on top. Play out this Paradise Druid here. Opponent seems to be on some type of maybe some type of counter spells. Not 100% sure. I'm going to pull a forest here. Yeah, I mean, I'm not really worried about him, although I have to wait for that. I guess we just go in and smack him. Because we don't really need the extra mana right now. Next turn, I'll test the waters. I'll play his... Good game. Alright, I don't know what that was about. Maybe he got flooded. I'll take it. Laid Balkan. Alright, opening hand, I got a 3-lander, I've got some ramp, I've got a Grateful Apparition. It looks lovely. So we'll keep this. Maybe. What's going on right now? Okay. I'm gonna lead off with the Temple. Incubation Druid, sure. I'm gonna go ahead and start ramping, so let's go ahead and do Paradise Druid. Hydra's growth, nice. Got our Temple. Plane-Wide Celebration. We need that right now. And I guess we do Incubation Druid. ahead before. Alright, so we need a chump block this turn, as long as he doesn't have. So I will play Grateful Apparition. And do we play another Incubation Druid? I think so. We're gonna chump block with the Paradise Druid next turn. No attacks. Attacks. Cycle once. Cycle nice. We will play a real deck next game. This deck does suffer from spot removal. That's one of the problems with the Bant colors. So let's go ahead and hop into another one here. Alright, got a 2-lander here, we've got a bunch of ramp. Nice. Go ahead and get something out there. Not really concerned if he kills it, because we can just bring it back. That's always a scary card. Seen a lot of jank with that deck. Another temple. Kind of need to find some action here. Well, get another Paradise Druid out there. I don't think the Gilded Goose is going to last too much longer. Guess, do I chump block here? I'm good. So we're getting screwed here with our land, even though I have 26. And then we leave up the double block for him. So that means he can play one more thing. Let's go ahead and just cast a incubation. Trapped wrong there. No attacks. Thanks. No, thanks. So I want 1, 2. Really need a green. Okay, more attacks. Our ass kicked there too. So do I have, I wonder if I have too much ramp? You didn't get any of the 26 lands, which is kind of scary. Let's try cutting Incubation Druid, adding one more Gilded Goose, adding another Pledge, and let's see here. Healer's Hawk, low down, maybe a Johnny's Pride Mate. Something that preferably gets counters on it. You can always put counters. So. 100% sure. We only got 2 slots. Nothing's really popping out at me here. Oh, where is our Messian horn beetle? There it is. Let's try 2 of these guys. Alright, let's try this. Let's try this version. Let's see how this works. I think tomorrow I'll be putting, reimagining my blue-white flyers. It's one of my most competitive decks. And see how we do. Really excited for that. Opponent's Sword. Got another 3-lander here. Got some Paradise Druids. Let's keep this. Always seem to get like at least 2 Scry lands in like almost all of my opening hands. Okay, let's lead off with the Mystery since we have the Temple Garden. Voracious Hydra's nice. Knight of the Ebony Legion. Okay. 2 life. Paradise Druid. Sure. Don't mind trading if he comes in. Okay. Another temple. Pick up plains. That's nice, I guess. Okay. I think I just put another Paradise Druid out there. No attacks. Opponent. Yeah, now he's gonna start pumping them. It's fine. Now he'll tap out. I was gonna say no blocks because I'm going to Voracious Hydra him. He goes back to normal. So we're gonna play our planes. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna make this for 4. And we will be fighting him. Opponent has a whole hand of cards, so I'm gonna wait to play LURRUS. Okay. Oh, I don't need any more lands right now, thank you. Another Yurok. Okay. So I just go in with him. Leave out the Paradise Druid for blocks, in case he wants to pump the Yurok Fenrir Right. Cool. Alright, so we're going to be playing LURRUS next turn. Nope. Cool. Okay. Double the counters because we don't have enough to kill anything, so we're gonna just double that up. Would love to see a Hydroid Krasis here. Knight, okay. Rock, okay. Thanks. Okay. I guess it doesn't really matter if we go in with him because we can just bring it right back. Perfect. thought. There's what I want to see. Now we'll put the blocks here.
My army will envelop this world. Let's reduce the battle to shambles. I'll find you. Waste not, want not.
Smack Liliana.
I've learned much from you.
You can have the land, no worries. No attacks. Gonna do another Hydroid Crisis here.
Much easier on my hands. Let's tidy up in there.
Rise and shine.
All I've left you is pain.
Pull out a forest here. Hydroid Crisis for 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. Please stop. Ooh. Very nice. Alright, so I just go in with you. Because he's going to be pumping the knights anyways next turn.
Death won't conquer me so easily. This isn't your average
today is just
zombie
not our day, huh?
Impressive, isn't it?
Let me pick your brain for a minute.
A little death never hurt anyone. They were allowed to say death is enlightening.
Another one. Simic. Good. Okay.
Ooh, sorry. Not really.
One, two. So I need this to be 3. 1, 2, 3. And
I'm finding use for you.
pass. So just getting utterly destroyed here on the ladder. I'm gonna switch to regular play. Maybe we can face some slightly less competitive decks. It's not even fun. Obviously, I wasn't expecting this deck to be extremely competitive, but I mean, we're just getting our asses kicked. And as usual, if you enjoy me getting my ass kicked, please like and subscribe. It helps the channel out so much, and it's free. Okay, so we've got an opening, a 2-lander with some Paradise Druids, and a Pledge of Unity. Yeah, I guess we'll keep this. I'll lead off with the Temple. Playing White Celebration. Excuse me, I'm gonna bottom that. Another fucking mono black deck. Alright. So I'm gonna have this enter tapped. We'll play our Gilded Views first. Has no attack power. Another vampire. No blocks. Pick up another. This. Day 2 here. I'm going to go ahead and play out this. And attacks. I guess we discard the 2 creatures because we can just recast them with LURRUS of the Dream Den anyways. I'm more interested in Pledge of Unity here. Alright, opponent's getting wise. Alright, I'm going to search up an island. We will be pledging here. And do I cast? No, not yet. We shall wait. Pass. Looking for a Grateful Apparition or a Hydroid Krasis. Or I guess. Go ahead and pay 2 here. I'm gonna create a food. Alright. Just sit back. If anything, we'll just start cracking foods for life. And so we can find our Bloodthirsty Aerialist. Oh, he's going in. Okay. Well, you're attacking me for this. I think we can lose one of you. Sacrifice one, yep. 3. 3. We're just gonna double this up. Next turn we'll just go in with everything. Every target creature. Why didn't you destroy a LURRUS? Very interesting. No thanks. Okay, well, resolve. We will be doing this for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. Still not enough to kill him. Okay. So, what do we do here? We do Nessian Horn Beetle. And Pledge of Unity. Need to save a blocker for Bloodthirsty. But we will be going in. These guys. Gotta start killing. Okay. LURRUS, that sucks. We do have our plane-wide celebration though to bring him back. I think at this point we just sacrifice. Yeah. Yep, block. Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. So I guess we need some type of removal. Just don't know. Appreciate you, yay. 272. All right, so let's take a look here. The split. Apparently the aggro route is not working for us. So how about we do just change a few things up here. Let's take down one. No, I like Pledge of Unity. I like that. We'll take down one Voracious, one Hydroid, one Simic. So that gives us 3. I like Nessian. We're gonna take out these Gilded Goose. I'm gonna swap this for a Healer's Hawk. And I want to put in a Johnny's Pride maybe. Okay. So I got 4 Healer's Hawk, 4 Johnny's. He'll be getting counters. He'll be getting counters. Nessian getting counters. 3 pledge. So I think I take down 1 pledge and add 1 Nessian Horn Beetle. Okay. And I think I can cut 1 land, so we'll cut 1 island. Okay. Alright, let's try this out. Unfortunately, our all of our removal is, like our enchantment removal is slightly more than 2 converted mana cost. And I don't think it would make much sense to put in like a glass casket or anything like that, because it only hits smaller creatures. I'm really surprised. I really haven't seen very many new cards in play. It seems like the same old stuff. Interesting. Alright. Opponent's Bink. Got a 4-lander here. Can look for our island if we don't get it. I've got a Paradise Druid, a Simic Ascendancy. I mean, I think I want more action. I'm gonna be greedy and mulligan this. Okay. So got a Grateful Apparition. Pledge of Unity to put counters. Just gonna keep here. Definitely gonna keep this. I guess I will bottom this Steel Vein. Ooh, we're fighting another wash. Okay, pick up another land, that's nice. I'm gonna shock in this temple so that we can get a Healer's Hawk out there. And then we'll be Grateful Apparition. Paradise Druid. Back face. Another temple here. I guess we play the temple. With the Grateful Apparition, that's good because I think this one's gonna die. We'll go ahead and play this. Damn, that's sick. I didn't even think about combining Obosh with the Rakdos Sacrifice. So he's doing 2 damage. 3 damage. Right? Or double. Losing Judith. I'm good, man. Good. Search for a island here. Cool. Hydroid for 3. There's the Obosh. Definitely don't mind blocking here. Attack in the face. Mystery. Let's see, one beetle, already got one. no attacks. Alright, I've got a couple of different ideas for this, this LURRUS that I'll be showing in a couple days, but tomorrow I want to do something a little bit more competitive, so I'm going to be adjusting my blue-white flyers with some new toys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and like I said, please like and subscribe. It's free and helps out the channel so much, and we'll see you tomorrow.